What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another video here. It has been 1 week since this bad girl right here hit the dyno. She's all broken in, and this weekend we're gonna give her the old shakedown at the track. So you're gonna want to stay tuned for this one. Woo! We were able to tell that I had ran them, so I'm gonna kind of show you guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to another video here. I just want to kind of give you guys a rundown or an update for those of you that don't follow every single one of my videos. Back there, we do have a 1990 Integra, otherwise known as the DA Integra. It has a fully built LS VTEC engine. So for those of you that aren't familiar with what that is, so stock, this car came with a 1.8 liter non-VTEC engine, it was just a B18A1, 1.8 non-VTEC. So what we did, we took a 1.6 liter B16, which is a VTEC 1.6 liter. We took that head and put that on the 1.8 non-VTEC engine. So that makes it an LS VTEC. There was a little bit of work that was involved. We did pistons, rods, we did fully balanced rotating assembly, ARPs all the way through it. We went with Skunk 2 cams, Ferrera valves, Skunk 2 dual valve springs and titanium retainers. Yeah, I mean, basically the whole thing was pretty much brand new. So last week, actually exactly 1 week last week, we hit the dyno at King Motorsports. So this engine was originally built for a turbo setup, high compression turbo. When I say high compression, I'm not saying like 13, 14 to 1 that you'd normally run a naturally aspirated setup. We're right in the 10.5 range. So fairly high for turbo setup, but not high for naturally aspirated, and way higher than what a lot of people do when they do a low compression build at about 8.5 to 1. So we didn't make a ton of power naturally aspirated because that's not what we were going for. We're just running it naturally aspirated so we can get our turbo kit in. We wanted to break this engine in well, run it a few times, and hopefully sometime this summer we can get the turbo kit on. We do have parts for that ordered right now. Probably by the time this video drops, some of those parts will be arriving, but we'll do another video on that. So anyways, car got tuned on the 85 last week, made just over 180 horsepower, which is pretty decent for what it is, being not high compression. So we're going to be shooting in the 400 to 500 with it turbocharged. It is probably a 600 to 700 horsepower capable engine, but we don't need that much power, and it wouldn't be reliable with what we're doing with it anyway. So just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown. I didn't really go over a lot of that stuff in the last video. So yeah, now that you guys got the gist of it, yeah, it's Wednesday. This weekend is Memorial Day weekend at Blackhawk Farms. So we will be running on Memorial Day, which is Monday. So we're just over, just under a week away for that. So when you guys see me next, we will be, heading to the track or at the track already. So all we really have to do to the car is pretty much just clean it up, check the oil, antifreeze, make sure those are both good, and get it loaded up on the trailer. Not a whole lot to do with it. I did an oil change last weekend. We did do a little bit of driving on the street with it during Auto Motion in Wisconsin Dells. So we get some mileage on it. Wanted to do that before we went, over 100 miles an hour at Blackhawk Farms. So we did do a little shakedown, got some miles on it. We're, I think, close to, 200 miles on it now. So, yeah. Anyways, we will flash forward here, you know, a few days or so, and we'll be at Blackhawk Farm. So we'll see you in a bit.
A few days later.
Morning, y'all. We're just stopped at Quick Trip in Lake Delton here. Got to get some of that corn, some of the E85. Gonna fill up and get back on the road. Alrighty guys, we just pulled in. We picked up Donnie along the way. We're just rolling into the track.
And I know Dion has the completed script in his head.
Yeehaw, we're on this is the back straightaway here. Just turn onto that and give her the old berries down there. Managed to get the car unloaded. We are gonna head up to Tech, which is in that building there. Donnie's walking up. So we'll run the cars through Tech and hang out till we're ready to go. Made it through Tech, no problem. We had to get our helmet tech inspected too. For those of you that are looking to race, you need a Snell rated helmet that is 2015 or newer. If you're gonna go out and buy a new helmet, you might as well buy a 2020 rated. They change the ratings every 5 years, so the newest ones are 2020 until 2025, and then they'll do a SA 2020 rate or 2025 rating instead. But yep, so we managed to get through Tech, and yeah, just gonna maybe walk around a little bit, check the track out. Probably got about a half hour, 45 minutes before they start really doing anything. So just gonna kind of go over the car, maybe check the oil. Yeah, we'll hang out and see what it's all about. Got the old Honda crew here. Got an Accord, got a K24 swapped fit, got Cindy's GSR DA, and we got the LS VTEC DA. So we're just about to go up. The advanced group is up there right now, running with the intermediate. So we should be up in about 10 minutes. We're gonna do, I believe, a 20-minute session. So we'll go out there and try not to put her into the wall. So we're just heading out on track right now, about to go under the tunnel. This is just our out lap. Just basically get out there, get some heat in your tires, get some space between the cars in front of you, and then hammer down afterwards. Coming on to our first flying lap here out of the final corner, and you'll notice my car seems to be acting really funny. It's hitting like a false rev. Doing that for probably the first, I don't know, 3 or 4 laps, and then it went away and was totally fine. But I was only able to rev it to like 5,000 RPMs instead of close to 10, so it was definitely holding me back for the first few laps because I was way faster than this yellow BMW in front of me. It did seem like every session I was in, I pretty much got held up, I would say, probably half to 3/4 of the time, with slower cars or whatever on the track. Yeah, it was still fun. Yeah, it's definitely nice to have clean air. And I noticed the car seems to run a little better in clean air also, not stuck behind other vehicles. you'll notice after we go into the final right-hander here and go onto this front straightaway that we end up getting quite a bit of smoke in the interior of the car, and that's due to the stock PCV box system. You can see it starts coming up right here. Yeah, it's just we need to get a catch can set up. It's just it can't take the high G-forces and the high RPM that we sustain for as long as we are. So that's what the smoke is. It was pretty smoky behind the car as well for anybody that was behind me. I apologize. We're going to get that sorted out for the next event. But the other issue I was noticing is under high G's in the corners, VTEC was going in and out. So what that means is we're maybe possibly getting a little bit of oil starvation from that. So we might need to go to a different oil pickup or a different oil pan as well. So we had a lot of fun out there in that one. Car was running, I mean, pretty good for the most part. Had a couple issues. For some odd reason, it was getting almost like a fuel cut down the straightaways for the first couple laps. It was almost like, I don't know, maybe hitting a false rev limiter or something at high RPM. So after a while, it stopped doing that. And then the other issue I was running into was with these Hoosiers, I'm able to have such high G-forces in the corners that VTEC is going in and out because that's oil pressure or oil operated. So I added just a little bit more oil to it to try and keep it so that way the oil pickup is getting oil the whole time. So hopefully that'll help. Yeah, otherwise I might have to get a baffled oil pan. I probably should get one either way. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. This is the first time I've ever been here and not got passed on the straightaways from cars that were like way faster, like higher horsepower. So I was actually able to, stay out in front of them, make lots of passes. It was definitely a lot of fun. Good shakedown on this first run here. So we're gonna take a little break and then go out there here in a few. So we're about to go up for our second run of the day. I added a little bit more oil. Gonna try that. Hopefully we're not having that weird, I don't even know what it is, like a false rev limiter or fuel cut on the straights. Hopefully we don't get anything like that again. So we'll give her a go. So after we round this corner, the car starts doing that fuel cut type thing that it was doing before. Came out behind that K24 swapped Honda Fit, and we couldn't get her in the correct operating range as far as RPM wise go. So it kind of would pull us down the straights, that sort of thing. But after a couple laps, it stopped doing it, and we were able to make the pass. Doing it horribly bad down the straight. Fly up on this older muscle car, and after a couple corners we were able to get by and make easy work of him. We're finally able to get some clean track ahead of us and start putting down some pretty good lap times here. Managed to put down a 1:23.0 at 102 miles an hour on this front straightaway here. I saw an SRT4 out in front, and I set my sights on him, and I was like, we're gonna catch this guy.
hours, and we both kind of had to let off, and we weren't able to push hard anymore. And that was the end of the second session. Oh, and we did get a talking to by one of the stewards for our smoking car.
You're having some smoking, I just want to take a look, okay?
Yeah, it's PC Viva. It's the charcoal canisters filling with oil.
Okay, just keep an eye on it if there's anything you can kind of loop up together.
Yeah.
Okay? Thank
Yep.
you.
So we just got done with the second session. We were running into that goofy fuel cut / weird rev limiter thing again. I don't know what that was all about. Cindy's actually about to go by. I'm going to record that. So, yeah, I don't know what the heck the deal was. It did it for like probably the first, I don't know, 4 or 5 laps. 4 laps for sure. It was just like, I don't know what that was all about. And then when it finally stopped doing that, it was good. Still smoking pretty bad. Need to get a catch can on there. And then when we pulled off the track, the oil pressure light came on. So, all sorts of gremlins. But as far as the actual engine running, the engine's running great. It's got a few things we need to, iron out, but it sure is a lot of fun, that's for sure. So I think we got one more session for the HPDE. Just grabbing a little bit of lunch. Donnie's munching that down. Brandon's getting some food too. He's gonna maybe go for a ride on the next one with me. He's gonna instruct me.
Coach him up.
He's gonna get my lap time. I'm gonna go from like a 1:23 to probably like a 1 minute flat, right? So, but yeah, so that was I actually ran my fastest lap time ever that last session. I ran a 1:23.0, so pretty good. I was running 1:27s and 1:28s last year with the V16, so the new engine and the tires definitely are helping out a lot too with the slick. So it's gonna get through this little bit of a lunch break here and go up probably in the next half hour or so.
This session was fun, but I was in horrible traffic almost the entire time. I think I maybe only got a lap or two, maybe, of clean air, but it was really fun to get behind a lot of these cars and with a lot of horsepower and show them that, hey, Hondas ain't to be messed with. Managed to fly up on this Corvette, kind of got stuck behind him, going for almost a half a lap here. car cut up to, I think it was like a 350 or 370Z or something. It was some Nismo car. Flew up on him, and he got right by. I had to make quick work of the Subaru, otherwise I was going to be stuck behind him for almost a lap. So we blasted right on by. Managed to catch another grouping of cars, so I ended up making this my last lap. The amount of smoke that was coming out and stuff, I just figured it was probably a good idea to call her a day with the good luck that we had already had and nothing blew up.
Just got done with the third and final session of the day. I haven't checked lap times on that one, but I was pretty much stuck in traffic almost the entire time. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of sucks. I probably should have just went into the pits and let a lot of those guys go way ahead, because it was just super hard to put down a fast time. But it is fun though, like, you know, basically battling with them and trying to, you know, find spots where you're actually way faster than they are. But I would say how good this thing handles in the corners, I would say about 75% of the track I'm probably faster, other than the two long straightaways. Yeah, it's freaking awesome. Super excited. There's a few things we got to do to the car. I got to get a different coolant reservoir. The cap on it broke, so I was kind of squirting a little bit of antifreeze out of the top of that. We got to delete the factory PCV system because it's making this thing just smoke like crazy. And then yeah, pretty much those two things first and foremost. But otherwise the car just handles just unbelievable. It's just awesome. So Cindy's got one more session yet. She'll be up soon. I'll try and get a few clips of her going around, but just super pumped to be out here. Got my best Donnies with me today. So hotter than shit out, but at least there's a breeze. So we'll watch some people here and then we'll load up. Go Cindy, go! Gas it! Here comes Sharon, little Miata. Yeah. So that's a wrap, guys. We just finished up here. We got loaded up and we are gonna be heading home. Had an awesome day. Fastest time yet here, 1:23.0. Pretty good for an Integra. No turbo, nothing like that. Had a lot of fun. Cindy did good as well. So we are gonna hit the road, and our next event is June 12th at Madison International Speedway. So we got a couple weeks yet, and yeah, we'll be back racing some autocross. So if you could, guys, please like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Also like to give a big shout out to Boar Enterprises in Dodgeville, Wisconsin for building us an awesome engine. Also thanks to GMJ Automotive in Adams, Friendship, Wisconsin. And thanks to Donnie for coming out today and pitting with me. And thanks to Cindy, thanks to Olivia, thanks to everybody at the Madison Sports Car Club, and thanks to the people at Blackhawk Farms. We will catch you guys on the next one. So, peace.